Although,
Dolph,
he shouldn't have been drafted to Raw. We should probably say that. He's just lost
definitely,
there. If he was
definitely.
on SmackDown, he could have long matches on the show, and he could probably break out there as a bit of a star.
Absolutely, absolutely. No question. Dolph is not going to win the match, and he has no future as long as he doesn't figure out that doing wacky bumps has nothing to do with how to get over. I think he's one of these guys who has more charisma than we see because he's very anxious and he's very worried about not doing enough, and because of that, he does way too much, and he isn't winning this match.
I agree. Kane.
Not winning the match, they by and large have been using Kane in kind of the right role, the last year or two. He really just shouldn't even be on television anymore. His character's completely stale, and he won't win this match. His character's in no position to win this match.
I'm fine with him being on TV for a long time, in fact, if he puts over the next generation of guys.
The only thing is, though, is that people, when they beat him, it's few and far between that you have a good Kane match, and it has to be a good match for it to really mean something. And Kane in 2010 is just like an old guy hanging around, and I don't think beating him even gives that much credibility. It's not like he's Steve Austin or Hulk Hogan. He's Kane, and in 2010 I don't think Kane means that much.
Shelton.
Shelton Benjamin, man, talk about one of the biggest letdown prospects in the history of the business. Incredible athlete. It's going to be great in this match. He'll be on the roster.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason he's in this match is because he's done a bunch of these, pretty much every one, maybe, in fact.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever missed a Money in the Bank.
And he'll probably do something insane.
Yeah, he'll probably do something great. The first year that he did that springboard onto the ladder and they directed it just perfectly so it looked like he appeared there like Batman, that was amazing.
Yep.
God bless Shelton. He's got no promo ability, no X factor, and he doesn't even understand how to put a match together. He really doesn't. It doesn't click for him. It just doesn't work. Even though he's a great athlete, and hopefully he's employed for many years to come. And I wish him luck. And he's not going to win.
Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger isn't going to win. He's a great talent. No. He is one.
I hope so. No.
He's a future of the business. He's not a great promo, but he's a good promo. He can talk. He's good. But the kind of thing he's strong at, he should have a manager. He should have a Paul Heyman to Jack Swagger like he was to Brock Lesnar in 2002. He should have an entourage. He should have promo videos showing his amateur wrestling. They're handling him all wrong. He won't win this match, but if they give him a chance in a couple of years, he could be a really big deal because he has the talent. He definitely has the talent. He has the tools.
MVP.
MVP is a waste of time, and he's not winning this match. God bless MVP, but god dang. And he hasn't figured out, he doesn't know how to cut a promo. He doesn't know how to be an endearing babyface. He's a very dislikable babyface, and everything he does is very contrived, very convoluted, very awkward. I hate seeing him on my television. But, he's a hardworking guy, and I wish him the best.
Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy is the oldest, baldest, fattest 12-year-old I have ever seen in my life. I never do this.
He put his gear back on. I watched the end of SmackDown last week. He has new gear again.
Yeah, well, he has his 2003 gear again, and thank God for that.
Yes, thank God.
I've never done this, but I clicked through. Someone sent me a link to a promo he cut on YouTube a couple of days ago from a hot tub at 4 a.m. where he was talking.
What?
Yes, you must see this. I will forward the email on to you. He cuts a promo at 4 a.m. and he talks about how much he loves wrestling, loves the WWE, how he's going to get back in shape, and 2010 is going to be his biggest year, how he wants something about, I didn't go to the end because I got so appalled I just shut it off after about 2 minutes, but he said something to the effect of everybody should write into the WWE and tell him how big a fan, because they make him. He's been in this company 10 years. He's been fired. He's been in this company like 12 years, actually. He's already been fired once, and he still has no idea how the company works. How you get over with management. He's just clueless. He is just retarded. I mean, this guy is just the most clueless. Putting that aside, the fact that politically he is completely retarded, I have all the respect in the world for Matt Hardy. He loves wrestling. He wears his heart in his sleeve. He works very hard. He's nowhere near the worker he used to be because his body is so banged up. But the crowd loves him. He consistently gets one of the biggest pops on the show every time out. At the Royal Rumble, he got one of the biggest pops coming out, which is bizarre, and that was after the title matches. He is consistently over. He's a hardworking guy. I love him. I respect him. The fans love him. Good for Matt Hardy. He is not winning this match. I think he'll hang around for a couple more years until he gets himself fired, and I hope he's saving his money because he's not going to be brought back in the future very much because he is such a geek and he just makes management hate him every single week. He's just amazing. Adam?
Evan Bourne.
Evan Bourne is just an amazing athlete. He's at that level of athleticism like Generation Me, where his wrestling, like Rob Van Dam, where his wrestling is so charismatic that he doesn't have to talk. I don't know if he's a bad talker because he hasn't talked enough for me to know. He's not terrible, but it's probably not a strong point. WWE will emphasize his talking as they do with everybody, which is really dumb. Because of his size, he's going to have a job for as long as he's never going to get a big push. Because they like to push talkers and not high flyers, they're never going to emphasize his strengths. This match will emphasize his strengths. Evan Bourne's consistently been over for a year, despite the fact that he always loses. He has the potential to draw real money. He never will in this company. My bet is that it's 50-50 that he just decides to leave before WWE even fires him because he gets so fed up after a couple of years. And maybe just like Brian Kendrick did many years ago, back in 2003 or whatever, he might just leave the company just because, creatively he gets so down in the dumps, or like Rob Van Dam did at one point almost. They get so down in the dumps with himself that he can't hang around anymore. He's a great worker. They could draw money, but they'll never try. And he's not winning.
I think it'd be such a great story if you just saw him, tiny little Evan Bourne, climbing the ladder and getting the briefcase.
I would love that.
Obviously, it's not happening.
I would love that. Yeah, and I think it would work. I could see myself booking that potentially. I probably wouldn't, but I could. Remember I was going to book Terrence to win that Celtic Rumble back in Celtic Pro. Same kind of principle. The fans love him. Only they shouldn't have made him if he was going to win this, which obviously I believe he won't. They should have given him some form of credibility over the last couple of months. Win a match here or there. Just every now and then against a mid-carder. That's all we ask.
So we're down to 2, and you haven't picked one yet. So I'm going to leave the one I think you're going to say to last. So I'm going to go with Kofi.
Kofi Kingston, man, you go back 6 months ago. Remember when he jumped through Orton on that table in MSG? And I said, I love this angle, but they're going to destroy him. And again, through that push, I heard every insider in the world, every expert talking about how Kofi was on the fast track, and I was explaining how they were pushing him, including his wins at Survivor Series. They were pushing him the wrong way, and now Kofi, they've chosen to give up on him. They have booked him to backdoor his way into every main event match he's gotten. He got into one on Raw, remember, by whining, and then he lost it. He got into the Elimination Chamber by the Big Show inadvertently punching the ref, and Big Show obviously didn't even mean to. He backdoored his way into that. They have booked this guy so badly, so intentionally badly, that they've just destroyed him. He's less over now than he was 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 10 months ago. He's going to be great in this match. He's a really good athlete. And his future in WWE, he's got the tools. He proved that. He proved he had the tools, but WWE didn't have the will. They just didn't have the will. If he sticks around for another year, when will they get behind him again? That's hard to say. If they do, he has the potential to be a solid mid-carder and maybe Bret Hart his way to the top if a bunch of guys come down with injuries or they bring in a serious steroid policy or whatever it is. But I don't see them going to him instinctively because it's been made clear that politically he's not their favorite guy, and there's no way he's winning this match.
So that means your pick for the WrestleMania ladder match is Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. He is their pet project, and I think he's going to win. I don't see any other guy. I don't see it sticking with anybody else. I don't see the point in anybody else winning. Of those other 9 guys, Adam, you tell me. There's several guys who deserve it, but can you pick one of them that could potentially draw money against the champion on pay-per-view? Any champion?
No, but I don't think Drew can either.
No, but they do.
Okay.
You see? They don't believe that anybody else could either, but they do think that Drew could. Despite the fact that they've
all 9 of these guys, put any of them against, let's say, Edge, can you see him in the event there?
No. Matt Hardy?